Good morning. We'll go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Smith, will you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're joined with our treasurer today. Sir, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask if you'll bless our meeting.
Father, we just thank you and we praise you, Lord, for your blessings, Lord. We thank you and praise you, Lord, for another meeting of Scioto County Commissioners. Father, I pray, God, that you would just guide the affairs today. Bless us as we make decisions, Lord, that's best for the county, Father. Bless our commissioners, Father. We pray today in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you both. And good morning. It is April 23rd. And we'll jump right in with approving the meeting minutes of April 16th.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
And I will second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Hi.
In the matter of request for appropriation of funds,
Any comments or questions on our appropriation requests? Hearing none?
I make the motion to approve.
I will second.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of request for appropriation transfer of funds,
Any comments or questions on our transfer requests?
I make a motion we approve the transfer request.
I will second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment for the regular schedule of accounts for various funds, moral obligations, and then and now certificates in the total amount of $397,848.02.
Any comments or questions on item 4? Hearing none?
I make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of accepting miscellaneous reports,
Any comments or questions on miscellaneous reports?
I make a motion we accept the miscellaneous reports.
And I will second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of request for fund transfer,
Any comments or questions on item 6? Hearing none?
I make the motion to approve.
I will second.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of notification from the Ohio Department of Taxation regarding permissive sales tax regarding February 2025.
All right, February 2025.
I'm sorry, 2026.
Sorry, 26. Sales local, $773,353.96. Sales actual, $386,663.59. Total, $1,160,017.55. This amount is $1,187.46 more than that of February 25. That is flat. So a little positive, but basically the same amount. As we continue to say, our main focus here is the budget. So the fact that we're flat is good. The fact that we did not increase is not, considering the other headwinds we're up against. So that is for February 26. Any comments or questions?
I make a motion we accept any money we can get.
I'll second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Hi.
In the matter of accepting amended certificate from the Budget Commission,
Any comments or questions on the amended certificate? Hearing none?
I make the motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of accepting miscellaneous board minutes,
Any comments or questions on the miscellaneous board minutes? Hearing none?
I make a motion to accept.
I will second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of request of reappointment to the Southeast Child Abuse Prevention Council,
This is a reappointment request for Samantha Bradley, who is appointed by the Scioto County Commissioners as a prevention specialist to the Southeast Child Abuse Prevention Council. We got a great report from her. She's been a wonderful addition to the council, providing insights around different gaps in family support and advocacy and in bringing more programming to the county. Ashley goes on and says Samantha is very passionate towards supporting families and making sure that they have the care they need. So with that we have a strong recommendation that for a reappointment for another 2-year term. Any comments or questions?
I make the motion to approve.
I will second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Hi.
In the matter of contract agreement between West End Electric Company and the Scioto County Board of Commissioners regarding CDBG New Boston Village Flood Defense Pump Station 10.
We've been hearing a lot about CDBG grant funding lately. This is a continuation of that for the New Boston Flood Defense. This is critical infrastructure grant for us in the amount of $500,000, and then the village picked up the rest. This is for pump station number 10. The contract agreement is for West End Electric Company in the amount of $699,500. Any comments or questions?
I will make a motion we approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of authorizing the clerk to advertise for a public viewing and hearing a petition to vacate township roads and alleys dedicated in the Midland City subdivision, Green Township, Scioto County, Ohio.
All right, this is a authorization to advertise that we'll be doing a public viewing, which we will go on site, and also public hearing to hear any concerns from the citizens regarding streets named Oak, Beech, Pine, Maple, Walnut, Poplar, Sycamore, and Cedar, Ironton and Portsmouth Avenues. These are all alleys that were in a subdivision there in Green Township, Franklin Furnace. Most of these roads were never actually developed, but on the plot map, when they were potentially looking at a subdivision, some of these roads were mapped out. So we're being asked to consider vacating all of those to make that, that parcel whole again. Any comments or questions?
Make the motion to approve.
I will second.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of request to attend meetings,
Any comments or questions on a request to attend meetings?
I'll make a motion to approve those requests.
I'll second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt? Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution in memory of and recognizing Margaret Gordley as the first female treasurer of Scioto County.
This is a resolution to recognize Margaret Gordley, who recently passed, in her memory, and recognizing her as the first female treasurer of Scioto County. For more information, we are joined by our current treasurer, Joey Sandlin. So, sir, I know you have some words you'd like to share before we consider the resolution.
Thank you, Commissioner Powell. Just wanted to recognize her service with her recent passing in April 16th. She was a lifelong resident of Scioto County and a graduate of Portsmouth East High School, year 1951. She played a historical role in the county. Margaret Gordley is widely recognized as the first female elected treasurer. She served as Scioto County's treasurer for approximately 20 years and a lifelong, impactful figure during her tenure here in Scioto County. That alone makes her a trailblazer at a time when very few women held countywide elected offices in Southern Ohio. Her impact and her leadership during her time in office, she built strong relationships across the county and was known for her personal connection with taxpayers and the community. Her long tenure shows she had a consistent voter trust and stability in the treasurer's office, and she helped pave the way for future women leaders in Scioto County government. As far as her community involvement, she was involved in a lot of different community things. She was a member of the Business and Professional Women. She was active in the League of Women Voters. She was a member of the Salvation Army Board of Directors. She's involved with the Cornerstone Church here in Portsmouth and a member of the Order of Eastern Star, and she was honored as a Kentucky Colonel. She was also recognized by local political organizations, including being listed in the Scioto County Democratic Hall of Fame. And so I just want to thank you, the commissioners, for taking this time to recognize the life and contributions of one of our treasurers, Margaret Gordley.
Treasurer Sandlin, thank you for bringing this to the board. So often we serve in these positions, and it's good to reflect on the shoulders we stand on and the people that have came before us and set a foundation for where we are today. And sometimes we don't remember the names, unfortunately, but so thank you for bringing this to the board for consideration. Any additional comments or questions?
I would like to say, I worked here when Margaret, I go back, I'm the old guy, okay? And so I worked here when Margaret was the treasurer here, and not only was she the first female, she was the only female, because the next two treasurers after her have been males, so she's been the only female treasurer we've had in Scioto County, and I worked with her for a number of years here in the courthouse, and always found her to be really good to work with, and a good person to know, good person to deal with. So I just wanted to add that because I am the old guy here.
Thank you, Commissioner Smith. Any additional comments?
And with that, I will make the motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of resolution congratulating Heidi A. Rippenhoff on her retirement from the Scioto County Department of Job and Family Services.
Who approved this? Did Tammy approve her retirement? Heidi, I won't read this because I know we'll be presenting it to her later, but Heidi has been there at the Scioto County Job and Family Services since September 18th of 1989. She's been there for 36 years of public service and is just a fantastic public servant, but genuinely just a great person. And she's going to be a huge loss for that office for sure. Hopefully Tammy isn't too lost without her, but I know she's going to be spending a lot of time with family following her time of public service, so appreciate her and look forward to presenting this to her at sometime next month, I believe. Any additional comments or questions?
I make a motion, we adopt the resolution.
I will second.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Hi. We do have an executive session to consider the employment and compensation of a public employee, which is our item 16. We typically hold off on executive session just because we know there may be some questions in the audience or online. That is specifically to consider the employment of a dog warden. So I know Commissioner Mont took place in some interviews earlier in the, that was last week, wasn't it?
This week.
Earlier this week, great, earlier this week. So look forward to hearing potential recommendation and to see if we found somebody there to consider. But before we move on to that, I'll open it for any questions, items on or off agenda. Mr. Bill Shope, as always, thank you for being here, sir.
All right, thanks for the opportunity. On the agenda, item number 12, just from covering the commissioners for a number of years, it seems like there's been an uptick in vacations of property.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering why. I mean, nothing wrong. It just seems like it's happening a lot more often.
I think it's development driven, Bill. So I know the one we did in Willersburg up on Dogwood Ridge. There was what was supposedly an alley that had a garage built squarely on it. So the property owner asked us to vacate that as they remediate that land. I believe building housing, townhouses potentially. So that was a development project that would clean up that property and kind of combine it all together. The one we just saw in Willersburg across from Kroger, that was, once again, some of these roads, they show up on the plat map and they were never developed. So then you get new owners that show up and they're like, why is this random road running through my property when it's not really a road and it was never got to that point, but somewhere along the line they surveyed it and they were going to make it a road. So that one was more of just a residential cleanup project. And then of course the one in Franklin Furnace is directly tied to the Google project. It's some of the property they bought and whatever this potential subdivision was going to be years and years ago, and those roads were just never developed. So it cleans up their lot. So a couple of them is development driven. One's residential development, the other one's industrial development, and then one's just, hey, can we clean up my my plot here so I don't have to worry about in 10 years all of a sudden somebody's just going to build a road right through my backyard. There was no, we actually haven't had that, yeah, we had that hearing, we already vacated that one. There was no risk of that, but it was just, I think there was an idea that at some point, somebody thought there was gonna be a road there.
Bill, as Commissioner Powell has said, the first one we went up, it was like, okay, this is where the alley is, and there's a big garage sitting right in the middle of it. It's kind of like, and the garage had been built, probably back in the 70s, I would guess. So that alley had not been used forever. The one we went to just recently had sidewalks along it, like they had intended at some time to build something in here, had a sidewalk going down along the lot, but it was all grown up and was being used as a yard, obviously. And so, both places were not things that we went in, there was a road there and we took the road out, because they were in pretty obvious that there had not been a road there for a number of years.
Yeah, I think one of the other vacations we did, this was before these two gentlemen joined, was out in Lucasville. That was specifically tied to the, one of the banks, bank building, the new bank building there. So we did that one once again. It was a field that on the plat map looked like. So a lot of times it's driven by development. It's somebody that bought property and they're like, oh, I can't technically build here until, something takes place. And just so people are aware, Bill, because I'm sure folks aren't, there's a lot of steps that have to take place before we just vacate a road. If it's residential, they have to get so many signatures from all of the neighbors. We go out and physically look at it and we're like, yep, that's what it is. So we actually go look at it. And then there's a hearing in which people can come in and express their support or opposition to it, and then we have a decision to make. So it's not that we're just out here vacating roads. There is a very strict process. The one in Green Township, I believe it had to start with the trustees first before it came to us. So the trustees had to make the request of us to now do our part. So because those are township roads. So yeah.
Just to clarify too, because you'll see it coming soon, and then you'll be like, I thought they vacated that. The one, because Commissioner Powell said we go through steps. The one that we just went to in Wheelersburg.
Yep.
We're waiting on his step for the survey.
The survey
before
part.
we do the resolution. Just
So
to
there's
let you
still-
know, because you'll see that.
And part of that is, we ran into this with the last one that we did in Williamsburg, is it's hard to get a surveyor right now to work within, the next few months. They're all busy. So in words to young out there, if you want to get plenty of work, go to school to be a surveyor.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason I ask is when I was president of our school board for a long time, we'd already built our elementary after having that property cleared out there adjacent to Allard Park. And then somebody suddenly came up with a plat map from the late 1800s that showed an alleyway
Right through the school.
going right through the middle of a fourth grade classroom. So to get clearance and insurance and different things and to finish out a loan for that project, yeah, you said there's a lot of steps, you're not kidding. So that was, I just wondered if the process was the same in the county as what it was for the city. Now, off record, I know you guys have got an executive session coming up. I spoke with Andy Gedeon recently, and he praised the commissioners and the treasurer's office, the land bank board and everything for working with the city to get that nearly $250,000 in for the demolition of properties. I just wonder if you had anything else to say.
Look, so often we hear, hey, you guys keep tearing stuff down. I think that's the criticism of this project. However, there are a lot of blighted properties that need to come down for safety issues and for the betterment of the communities. We get referrals from folks in the city. We get referrals from township trustees of areas to target. I've only been on the land bank now for a little bit. Same with Joey. Treasurer Sandlin and Commissioner Smith here. So we're trying to be very mindful of how the land bank operates. We're going through a complete rehaul in terms of our processes, making sure those are buttoned up, making sure our application, how we bid out properties. There's a lot of cleanup that the new board recognizes needs to happen. But in terms of the project to remediate, it is critical that we partner with the city. Sam Sutherland sits on the land bank as well. And we should be strategic with these money as development is going to happen around us. How can we start putting partials together, remediating property, and then putting it back on the taxpayer tax rolls for development, for new housing or business. So it's been a joy being on the board. It's always good to see us being able to utilize grant funding to take care of blighted properties, because that's what these are. And this project requires that the landowners authorize us to go in and remediate. So it's sometimes it's in collaboration with the landowners if they have something where they just can't afford to do it, but it's still an eyesore or an issue for the community. So appreciate the city, appreciate the partnership. It is critical that our board and the city council works hand in hand. We move in the same direction, so it's been a good partnership.
That's all I've got, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Any questions online? You look confused, so.
Just because I didn't have any questions and I just now have.
Okay.
Sauter County Daily News asks, what do you do when the land bank resells properties they already sold? This has been an issue I've raised for years.
Resell properties we've already sold. So I'm not sure what the question is. What I can speak to is what we're doing now. We are working through, actually since Treasurer Sandlin has taken over as the chairman, I'm the vice chair now, and of course Commissioner Smith's on that board, as well as trustee Dennis DeCamp and city manager Sam Sutherland. We have not sold any property since we've been on the board. None of us felt comfortable with how the process was being handled, how it was being advertised. So we're looking for best practices and currently working through that with the group before we list or sell anything, to ensure the bidding process, the tracking of the bids, the public notices. So there's a lot of work we're doing. So if it was a past practice, I can assure you that is not something that the new board is operating through and doing, to the point, like I said, we have not sold anything because we were not confident in the process. So we're working through that, and I appreciate Treasurer Sandlin's leadership as the chairman of that board to kind of work through those processes. I know we've had a couple people get out in Lawrence County to see their best practices. I know we've looked at other counties going more toward an application process to figure out bids. Previously, people would just write on a piece of paper, hey, I want to bid X, and they'd put it in an envelope, and then so we're formalizing a lot of the process to get away from some of the concerns. It sounds like, I don't know if that's Mark or Sin or whoever's asking the question from SCDN. So we're working through that. Yeah.
I can say too, we're working with Jim Caucus, who's helping us with best practices,
Yep.
policies and procedures, who is the founder of land banks in the state of Ohio. So he started the program.
Yeah, and if you couldn't hear Treasurer Sandlin, we're working with Jim Makakis. He helped with the legislation and has written books regarding land bank operation. He's considered the founder of land banks in the state of Ohio. So we're cleaning up a lot there and working through the process before we're confident to post anything for sale or bid.
And we have got some criticism for, well, how come this land's not getting sold? How come you guys aren't selling anything? But that's the reason, is that we're trying to make sure that everything's done right in a transparent manner, in a way that we can go back and say, this was done the right way. And we're not so sure that happened in the past, but none of us were there. So it's time to make sure that all that takes place before we sell any properties. And I know there are people out there waiting for properties. One lady has been to the land bank for probably the last 6, 8, 10 months, trying to find out if she wants to buy a piece of property, but we've not released it yet because we're waiting till we make sure we have everything right.
So Mark was that was Mark.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
And he just said that the land bank sold my property that I purchased years ago, is, I guess,
Okay.
this question.
Thanks for that clarification, Mark. Like I said, of the three land bank members sitting in the room right now, we're very cautious about how we're moving forward and putting in very transparent process for how that takes place.
Brian Cottle asked if you have an update on the timeline of Fort Hill.
So that's the engineer. Last I heard, Fort Hill scheduled to be reopened in July. It's the 1,000-foot slip, I think that was. Engineer LeBrun was able to get OPWC emergency funds within the week of that slip. So just to kind of give you an idea of how long these things take, he was able to get $2.5 million in emergency funds for that project. We bid it out a while ago. There's a lot of metal and steel and things that have to go into that. And once again, it's a very complicated slip. But at last I heard it was a July opening. But we can always double check to see if that's changed. I don't think anything has come through for us for a change order or anything in terms of timing.
I don't think
So thanks for that question. Nothing else? All right. Before we go into executive session, I'll go ahead and, since there's probably people watching, I don't know how long executive session will take. Any closing remarks, Commissioner Malt?
Yeah, I would like to take the opportunity to tell Commissioner Smith's son Ryan happy birthday. He turned 44 the 21st, and my daughter's birthday's today. She turned 37. I was on the Peace Officers firing range 37 years ago, and today I'm sitting here. So,
Thank you for that.
yeah.
Commissioner Smith?
I would like to remind people the Trout Derby is this weekend, and Todd Dunn has been here how many times talking to us. Every time he comes in, he's not able to be here, I'm sure, today because he's preparing for that Trout Derby this weekend. And so not just the Trout Derby that he does, the True Lure Trout Derby, but the other Trout Derby that the JC's takes care of is also going on this weekend. So if you want to catch trout, this would be a good weekend to do it. And there will be a lot of people out there in Todd's round. They'll have the disabled veterans. They'll have the kids from the DD program. So there will be a lot of things going on out there. So we want to advertise that to try to get as many people out there as we can. And also for all you football fans, the NFL draft starts tonight, I think, or I'm not sure, but it does start this weekend, and that's a interesting thing because they've got all these predictions of where all these football players are going to go, and they're always wrong. So we'll see how that goes. But football players, this gives you a little bit of or football fans, this gives you a little bit of taste of having football when it's not really football time of year. So.
Thank you for that. And I'll echo Commissioner Smith. So Trout Derby this year is in honor of Commissioner Coleman, Commissioner Kathy Coleman. She thought the world of this program and of course the DD kids. So we appreciate Todd and the True Lure team for recognizing her and her contributions and naming this year after her. I know tomorrow, I think he's expecting 1,000 kids from the DD school and from some of the other school districts. We helped fund the fish this year because ODNR did not provide any fish, so this Board of Commissioners helped fund the fish, and I know they raised tens of thousands of dollars to provide this time and opportunity for not only the kids but the disabled vets. And then, of course, at Turkey Creek, this weekend is the JC's Trout Derby. I know Recorder Jenkins is very involved with that. I think he's over still the JC's, correct? I'm looking at Treasurer.
I think so.
So I know it's going to be a very busy time out there at the campground, but it's, I think too often we forget of the jewel that we have there in Shawnee. Blessed to have those two lakes and to be able to utilize national resource and have the largest state park in our county. But yeah, get out there if you want to volunteer for the groups. I'm sure Todd will appreciate any volunteers there at Roosevelt. And then also tomorrow there is a ribbon cutting at Bannon Park. They have a brand new park that this board helped fund through ARPA funds, and then there was also we worked with Community Action in a partnership with them to get this park done. So excited to see that. I know it's already been in good use. The basketball courts, the new playground, much needed recreation there in Bannon Park. So that's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Outside of that, I don't believe I have anything else. I would like to entertain a motion to enter into executive session to consider the employment and compensation of a public employee pursuant to revised code 121.22G1, and we would invite in the director of the dog pound as well as our clerk into executive session for consideration.
I will make a motion that we go into executive session as written by revised code section 121.22G1.
All right,
I'll second.
I have a second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Hi, and it is 10:01, and we'll be back. All right, it is 10:18. I'll entertain a motion to exit executive session and reconvene our regular session.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Hi. We do have action to take from executive session. I'd like to entertain a motion to authorize either the director of the shelter or our clerk to offer a employment opportunity.
I will make that motion.
I will second.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Hi. That is all we have to consider for today. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Hi. Everybody have a great weekend and get out to the trout derby.